Got it. Excellent. Good morning, everyone. Top of the morning. It's wonderful to be here at Coldwell Banker Dynasty, Temple City. Shout out to Arcadia as well and all of our affiliates. It's thundering. Sounds like they're bowling in heaven again, so that's cool. Love it. I'd like to go ahead and begin the meeting with having Scott introduce himself. Scott, you're up.
Hey everybody, Scott Shimamoto, Journey Mortgage Advisors. I do mortgages. I'm a broker, which is great because that allows us to shop the loan. We have multiple lenders that we deal with, and so that gets your client the best deal that they can get. Thanks for letting us participate.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate your pitch. Next, who I see here, let me see here. I see Rick Sanchez. Rick, you're up.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Rick Sanchez, Guaranteed Rate. I am also a loan officer. However, my team and I specialize in working with business owners, real estate investors, and foreign nationals. So anytime that you think that a loan will not be approved through the traditional financing, that's where we step in and we excel at. We just rolled out a new program where we're able to close in as little as 10 days. So I'd be happy to go over your listings to see if the property qualifies because it is subject to a certain type of property. So nice to meet you all. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Rick, you don't happen to do manufactured home loans, do you?
Guaranteed Rate does. My team and I don't specialize in that. So
got it.
The referral, I'm happy to do that.
Got it. I appreciate that information. It's unfortunate that manufactured lenders are not lenders that we can engage with, like yourself, like you and Scott. They're online, so there's a disconnect there somehow. Appreciate that. Okay, let me see here. Do we have any other affiliates on here? Yes, Nicole Menard, you're up. Okay, yeah, please come in here.
Hi, good morning. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. I don't know if you guys can see me. Great to see all of you. Just wanted to let you know that we just launched our Prop 19 calculator. So if you are working with clients that are 55 and older and you're looking to calculate their future estimated taxes, let us know. You can do that through our new website. Have a fantastic day. Be safe out there in the rain and thunder. Take care. Nicole, Yvonne, Fidelity National Title.
Beautiful, thank you. And I have a nice line out here in my office, so I'm going to surprise you. Come on in.
Thanks, Sylvia. Good morning, everyone. Brandon Savransky with First American NHD. I missed seeing you guys in the office, and yes, it is raining for the first time, and I can't even remember when. Update for natural hazard disclosures. If you guys did not know, yesterday they updated the fire hardening and defensible space disclosure form. So you can find that on the CAR website. So if you have questions on that, I'm always available, but it's great to see you guys and contact me anytime. Have a great day.
Thank you. Yay. Next in line. All right. How are you, Sandy?
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, everyone. Sandy Franco, First American Home Warranty. I just want to remind you guys, you are a CRES office. It is important that on your home warranties that you have a CRES qualified home warranty. There are perks that your E&O insurance gives you for choosing a CRES qualified home warranty. It's a 13-month plan. If you have any questions on what pricing should be, shoot me a text with the property address. I'll tell you what you should put down on the RPA. But if you really need to make sure you protect yourselves, protect your clients, use a CRES qualified home warranty from First American. Have a great day.
Yay, thank you. Okay, come on in. We have one more next in line. Oh, she's with you?
I'm training her.
Does she want to say hello? You want to introduce her as a trainer? Yeah, come on in. Yeah, just come on in. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Hagigi. I'm the new home warranty rep for the West Side. Really nice to meet everyone. And I'm here today with Sandy. I'm kind of shadowing her and learning all her expertise and experience. So nice to meet you all.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much. Do we have anyone else out there? No? We're good. Okay, we're good. You're welcome. You're welcome. That was lovely. Let me see, who else do we have here? Unita, you're up. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Oh, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sylvia and everyone. Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, your 13 months home warranty. Have a wonderful day. If you need any help or anything else, just let me know. We're here to help. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And let me see, do I have anyone else that I missed here? Going once, is there anyone there that I don't see that is sitting with somebody else that signed on? Yeah, okay. We have a surprise here. Guess who's up? Hey there.
Hi. Am I on?
Yeah.
Hi guys, Angie Tang, First American Title. I have the market trends report, so if you guys need that, please let me know. It'll help you with your listings, and I'll let you know how. And they're all customizable, so let me know if I could sit down with you, explain what the market trends report is, and you'll be on your way to getting those next listings. Thank you guys, Angie Tang, First American Title. Have a good day.
Perfect. Yay. Appreciate you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to see you. Okay, I'm looking here and let me see if there's anyone else. Going once, going twice. If my eyes are not deceiving me, I think they were good, Kelvin. I'd like to hand it over to you.
All right, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone got up today and was surprised by all the thunder and lightning going on this morning. Definitely, hopefully, is a real wide awakening that our market is shifting and changing. If you haven't got the news as I've been preaching for the past several months, I mean, this is a rude awakening now. There definitely has a shift against homeowners, against the properties, against sellers. Market has slowed down. Market activity on all the news has shown us that the rising interest rates, coupled with many other different factors, are causing buyers to really have priced out of the market. It's really an issue now, greater than ever, is home affordability. Demand is still there. There are plenty of buyers, plenty of young people, plenty of professionals who are working and wanting to buy a house. So the demand is there. It's the affordability is the key issue that we're trying to tackle in today's market, helping homeowners buy into their homes, or maybe they have to consider a little bit smaller, maybe you have to consider a little bit different or a different neighborhood, a little bit, but there still is that demand, okay? It's just really key here is, let's talk about a few different things. I want to go through a couple of tips, so stay tuned for the rest of today's sales meeting. Thank you, affiliates, for being here today and sharing a little bit about yourself and staying persistent, staying consistent, because that's what we need to do as realtors, is continue to survive the storm. And we're experiencing a storm today, but I'm going to tell you that there's more storms to come. So get prepared, get your raincoat out, get your shield out, get everything you need, because this is the time to be fully prepared. Do your research on your comps. Make sure you understand your scripts and how you're going to explain this. How are you going to handle the talking points during your listing presentation? These talking points are going to obviously be the price and where you're going to set it at. That's first and foremost one of the key drivers of activity, is pricing your homes properly. And if you missed my class last week, I spent a whole hour with many of you discussing pricing your property aggressively, attractively to drive activity. Does not necessarily mean that's what you have to sell it for. That, you really need to get people out there, buyers out there, to come preview and compete against one another to get market price. But I also tackled the tough question, which is, for those of you who have listings sitting on the market longer than 21 days, that's a time where you should probably watch the video, because I tackled the question on how to ask a seller for a price reduction. And I used the key different word. It's called a price improvement. And a price improvement has a little bit nicer connotation to the buyer. And obviously, when they see the price comes down a little bit, they're excited more, they're happier. Oh, the seller's willing to negotiate a little bit more. They're not a stubborn seller who's stuck on their inflated price that they were holding on to, that they might have got just 4 or 5 months ago, okay? So yes, sellers have a lofty ideal goal for many of us in reaching their goals. And I know we want to align ourselves with their goals, but as consultants, we also got to advise them of the market trends, the shift, and home affordability. Address these issues because, again, like I say it all the time, we're not here to list property. We're here to sell property. And there's a key difference in that. So the word choices that you use is going to be very crucial and critical. So I encourage you to practice your scripts. For those of you representing buyers, which I can tell you, many buyers are discouraged, yes. But who cares if they're paying 6% plus interest rates if they're able to get a $50,000 price reduction? Okay, it can wash out in the end. If you can negotiate for them, because there's many sellers who are motivated right now, it's this peak summer season right now, to sell their property. They're not getting the activity that they felt or wanted. They're not getting the offers that they liked. So if you have a qualified buyer and you have cash, oh my gosh, you might be able to overcome a huge price reduction or negotiate out a really sweetheart deal for your buyer. Maybe they might get higher rates. Great. They can always refinance in another couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years, whenever the rates come back to normal, whenever the Fed decides that inflation is now in check and they have it under control, then the rates will improve. Okay. So for those of you who've been in this game, in this industry prior to 2008, you've seen that we've already had 6% plus interest rates, and that was normal and that was healthy. And we had a very thriving market. People were buying and selling. So nothing has changed. Okay. It's just the perceived mindset that many people were, many people were just, I guess, spoiled by the attractive rates in the last couple of years. And that was artificially kept down by the Fed and the government trying to stimulate the economy. Otherwise, we would have probably had a recession a little bit earlier, to be quite honest. So we're going to go through and tackle a couple of issues. I mean, there's always talking points. There's always hot things and news and headlines out there to push the conversation one way or another. But if you're representing those buyers, remind them about some key driving talking points is that they have control over their property and where they're living. Many landlords right now have been looking to really increase their rents or ask clients to leave and vacate the property so they can put it on the market. So there's a lot of different things that are putting to renters in a difficult, tough position. And so if you have a renter or a borrower or buyer who's a first-time home buyer, there's programs out there. So I want to remind you of one thing. Let's talk about it really quickly, because this is new to all of us as of a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and hopefully you guys can see here. There's a website. I'm going to pull it up. And they actually increased Cal HFA the forgiveness program that they recently announced was allowing the government, state of California, to help with a second trust deed and giving borrowers a forgivable up to 10% of your sales price, absolutely free loan. And they use this to basically help affordability issues. So that's the crisis we're trying to address. There's a certain eligibility requirements. And for Cal HFA, they want you to have a certain income level. You have to be a first-time home buyer. That's just not purchased within the last 5 years, I believe. You stay there for 5 years, and as long as you stay there, the full amount is forgiven of whatever they give you, so that you don't have to repay this loan. So if you look up this lookup tool, and I'll look up Los Angeles County, I think it was about 10 days ago, they announced that they're giving 150% of the area median income. So that's something that allows a lot more borrowers who have a little bit better income to now qualify for this first-time home buyer forgivable equity builder loan. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Look at the Fannie Mae lookup tool now. Stay with me. All right, I hope you guys see the screen. This is how you use it. And I just typed in the area median income lookup tool. And I can type in an address. Let's just say I'm doing right here in Temple City, which is a high income area. And I need to pull California. So if you are within 68,880 income or under, that is your loan income. That qualifies you to apply for this program. And you could talk to a Cal HFA lender. You can still use your normal lender like Rick and Scott on getting your first loan, but you have to use a Cal HFA specialist to work on the second part, which is the second trustee. So technically, your buyer only really needs to have 10% down to help to purchase a property. Okay, so I did read somewhere in here. Let me see. When is this from? They did increase the limits, so you can look it up. I'll share it with you if you have any questions on that. Just let me know. We're gonna get into what's called, I wanted to talk about a video I watched today, which I think is kind of nice to kind of speak about what are the things that we're experiencing. So do you guys see my screen right here on YouTube?
Yes.
All right, great. I'll pull up the volume, then watch this.
Welcome back, it's Jason Wolter here, and here's your latest housing market update. The share of houses with price reductions, in other words, home sellers reducing their asking prices, has now reached a new record high. This is according to a new report from Redfin that was just published last week. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the video, and I'll share all the latest updates with you guys regarding the US housing market. So let's go ahead and dive right in. It says the share of houses with price reductions reached a new high as mortgage rates topped 2008 levels. So last week's mortgage rates hit levels we have not seen since late 2008, which is absolutely insane because we had all-time record lows for mortgage rates back in August of last year. So in other words, rates have almost doubled since August lows, which is absolutely mind-boggling. In any case, they go on and say the following here. The highest share of sellers on record dropped their list price during the 4 weeks ending June 12th as mortgage rates shot up to levels we have not seen since 2008. Therefore, this has decreased the pool of home shoppers. In other words, this has decreased home buying demand greatly. And because mortgage rates have shot up greatly this year, home buying, of course, has been more expensive. It has never been more expensive, in fact. The typical buyer with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is looking at a monthly payment, and this, by the way, is only principal and interest only, a mortgage payment of $2,514 per month. That's actually up from $1,692 per month from 1 year ago. So in other words, it's costing basically to buy the same house 1 year ago, it's going to cost the average home buyer about 50% more for their mortgage payment. And because we're seeing this giant increase in mortgage payments across the United States here on average, we're seeing houses sit on the market longer, and also home buyers are facing less competition from other home buyers, and therefore on average we're getting less bidding wars. And according to Redfin's deputy chief economist, he stated the following: the housing market is experiencing a hangover, and housing demand has already cooled significantly to the point that the industry is already facing layoffs. As I mentioned in my previous video from last week, Redfin announced on the 14th that they're going to be laying off 8% of their workforce. And according to their CEO, this is a letter from the CEO, he says, "We don't have enough work for our agents and support staff." The brokerage Compass also announced last week layoffs as well due to a decrease in home buying demand this year. And therefore, because we're seeing this big decrease in home buying demand, we're seeing more home sellers dropping their asking prices in order to attract a home buyer. Also, according to a Redfin agent that's based in the Bay Area, he says going from a 3% mortgage rate to nearly 6% almost instantly has scared a lot of people out of this housing market. And they're absolutely right regarding this, because on January 3rd of this year, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage, according to the Mortgage News Daily, and by the way, these are for people with exceptional credit, average rates were at 3.29% at the start of this year, and now they're over 6%. So it's basically unheard of, where mortgage rates increased almost 3 percentage points in basically 6 months. Absolutely insane. Never seen anything like this before, which in my personal opinion is going to cause home buying demand to decrease even further if these rates are sustained at 6%. In any case, going back to this report from Redfin here, it says we had the largest 1-week increase in mortgage rates since 1987. So have a look at this, because this is absolutely insane. So basically in 3 business days, which is Friday, June 10th through June 14th, which is of course Tuesday the following week, mortgage rates in 3 business days increased by almost 75 basis points, which is basically unheard of. Meanwhile, the seasonally adjusted Redfin Home Buying Demand Index, which of course, as I mentioned in my previous videos, is a measure of requests of home tours and other home buying services from Redfin agents, that's actually down 14% from 1 year ago for the week ending June 12th. This is also the 9th consecutive week of declines in their index, which of course makes sense that they had layoffs because of their lack of requests of home tours from their agents here. And here's a graphic depiction showing their demand index from home buyers over the past few years. So the red line here is 2022. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, their demand index for 2022 for the first 3 months of this year was actually higher compared to 2021 here in blue. A green line here is 2020, but as you can see here, home buying demand has decreased ever since April of this year. So they basically were above 2021 levels, but now they're 14% below last year's levels and also below 2020 levels as well. And what we're also seeing right now is less home tours by real estate agents showing houses for sale for their home buyers, right? So according to Showing Time, which tracks real estate showings in North America, so for the 7 days ended June 19th of this year, we've had a decrease of 6.4% in the number of home tours by real estate agents compared to the first week of this year. So in other words, we're down 6.4% compared to January of this year. Compare that to 2021, we were actually up by 23.8%. And in 2020 at this time, we were up by 51% compared to the first week of 2020. So in other words, we're seeing a big decrease in home tours by real estate agents because home buying demand has been decreasing. And yet another early indicator we're seeing right now is a lack of people submitting loan applications in order to buy houses right now. So here's a new report I have not shared with you guys yet. So for May of this year, mortgage applications for new home purchases decreased by 5% compared to 1 year ago, and also decreased by 4% compared to April of this year.
Okay.
Good video, Kelvin. Thank you for sharing that.
Yep. I'm going to stop this real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so if you don't know who that is, that's Jason. He has a channel on YouTube. He actually does very consistent every few days videos, really going over the real estate market. I subscribe to his channel. He's a California realtor, so occasionally he'll do a lot more local stuff as well. And so I think it's a great.
Jason Walter?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to see, let me see where his screen is. Yeah, Jason Walter, Walter. So it's just cool to follow, because if you're a visual person, he brings up a lot of visuals, graphs and statistics, and explains it in a meaningful manner that's easy to digest. And so for me personally, you know, I like to follow the news and share with you guys a lot of stuff. But when we talk about pricing our properties, like I alluded to in the beginning of this sales meeting, we were talking about having that difficult conversation with our sellers or with the buyer. And a lot of this times, if we tell our sellers, we need to have a more attractive asking price. We need to price reduce $30,000. Here's why. Normally, some agents say, I have no activity, I have no offers. I think we need to price reduce seller. And the sellers, if you tell that to the seller, and you're a seller who's pretty sophisticated or understands your home value, understands their home a lot and their neighborhood, you're gonna perceive that news as my listing agent is not working hard enough. They're not doing enough marketing or enough promoting of the property. They're lazy is the connotation if you just simply say, we need to price reduce. I prefer, as your broker, you explain to the seller with a full consultation the reasons why, because I want to let you know it's much, much, much better to present this bad news where it's not coming from you, it's coming from the market, okay? Yes, you're delivering the news, you're the messenger, but the market is speaking to you and your asking price at the moment. And instead of you being the bad guy, let's point the blame and finger at the market conditions, because the truly is the market conditions causing mortgage applications to fall. Many buyer activity and showing agents are not scheduling enough showings like there was. Reduced buyer activity, and it's proven in those graphs that we just experienced together with all that data. Then you couple that with the rising interest rates, which we all know, and then you couple that with the affordability issues going on right now, the uncertainty, the inflation, and the rising cost of living, where everything's expensive, including oil and gas and our restaurant and food. And we're talking about a food crisis potentially coming soon, and a shortage of various items that we're not able to get, such as chips for all of our cars. And anyway, if you're following a lot of the industry market, you know all this stuff. But what is key here is when I deliver the news via someone else, another expert or another specialist, such as Jason Walters, guess what, guys? Hopefully the seller goes, that makes sense. Now I get it. Oh, thank you, Kelvin, for explaining to me in detail with something that's concrete, with statistical data, with research and comps. Thank you for spending the time to educate me as a seller. I agree with you. I really do need to sell this property. I am motivated. It's sitting vacant. We should probably price reduce the property, improve the price on that. Can you tell me of some other strategies? What after we price reduce, what should we do? How much should we price reduce? So you change the conversation from you asking to make your job easier, which would they think, or that you're lazy. You change it from them on the same page as you. Maybe and then you become a team. So that's the shift that I think you need to try to improve your listing presentations and consultations. So that way you're still within the, still one of the more attractive homes that buyers will want to see for the limited buyers that are still on the market today. There are some things that you can improve in terms of bridging that affordability gap. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you with one single strategy, but I want to give you really quickly a quick let's talk about a quick little exercise. Okay, so I'm going to go to a mortgage loan calculator, and let's just imagine, I don't know, there's one right here, right? And I want to basically show you and your client. This is something I've used last week in trying to explain something to a client. So let's just say our home price in for easy numbers, let's just say it's $1 million. Okay. And let's say the borrower is going to be putting down 20%, right? So that's going to be 200,000, loan amount of 800,000, right? So current rates, let's say 6.5%, 30-year loan. And then I'm just going to zero out insurance, HOA fees, and all that, blah, 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 right? So let's calculate what this looks like, okay? A person who's going to take out an $800,000 loan, okay, is going to have a $5,056 monthly payment, which is not inclusive of property tax and insurance and all the other homeowner costs such as utilities, right? So that's a well-qualified buyer. That's someone who has probably 780 FICO scores, and they're probably going to get priced somewhere around 6.5% for this $800,000 loan. This monthly payment over 30 years is high because, well, it's significant because the lenders are going to look at their income. If you're looking for a conventional loan, which most people want to qualify for, conventional loan requires typically some sort of 45%, debt to income ratio, in which this is saying that this person needs to have somewhere around maybe hopefully $11,000 or more monthly income. How many people do you know out there that are borrowers that has $11,000 monthly income? That's a high earner in our Los Angeles region. That's above the average income. So that's why it's pricing out a lot of borrowers. So what are some things that they can do? Well, they can either if you want to look to get something that's more manageable, they can look at a $600,000 home, okay, where they're putting in, just to compare. Or actually, let's go back to this one exercise. So in the same scenario, people who were buying the same property value range just 3 months ago were getting somewhere closer towards 3.25%, okay? And all things being equal, we calculate that out, that dramatically reduces their monthly payment to something that's manageable, okay? Same home value, same down payment, but just because the interest rate dropped, they're looking only at a 3481, which means you only needed a 7,000 something plus monthly income, which is reasonable. A lot of people were qualified. So when I do this exercise and I share to the homeowner or the buyer the differences of simply just the 3% huge hike in the last several months, it can really, really understand who is going to be the buyer. Okay. And this exercise I did was for a home builder. And I said, home builder, who are you targeting when you're looking at selling your project individual units? Okay. How many people make $120,000 plus per year? And I said, people who've already refinanced, okay, or people who've already purchased their home during the last pandemic or the last several years, they are disincentivized to change homes. There's not going to be much movement from those people unless it's a distressed sale, unless they're forced to sell, unless there's a change of the circumstances of their living, they're going to sell. But if you really are looking at this in a nutshell, when your property is coming out to the market, we're only targeting pretty much home buyers that are young professionals, that are millennials, that are working, maybe doctors or attorneys or very strong income earners that have not got the opportunity to purchase in the past before. So new grads, people who have less than a couple of years of job history. So that's the target segment of people who are going to buy right now in the next year. Not people who've already refinanced. They are really disincentivized. Typically, renters are not going to be able to buy right now in this kind of market either, because tenants and renters don't have the savings of, for example, in our example, many people don't have $200,000 to make for a down payment. Okay, maybe they might qualify for a $600,000 home with a Cal HFA 10% forgivable loan. Okay, maybe things can work. They can get a free $60,000 from the government as long as they live there for 5 years. That's easy to do. But at the end of the day, even a lot of renters don't have $60,000 to $80,000 worth of down payment savings. So we're targeting a very niche, high earning young group of buyers for the next couple of years, primarily. Yes, there's going to be people moving and this and that, but that's the predominant segment that may be looking to buy. There's going to be a lot more inventory on the market. You can see there's a lot of sellers, and Jason Walters just mentioned 1 out of every 8 sellers had to reduce their price. Okay, price reduction. So 1 out of 8, and I feel that number might even narrow it down even further as the months pass. It might be 1 out of 7 and then 1 out of 6. So price changes are going to be a norm. Days on market climbing is going to climb. We're going to see that trend going. So that's kind of how I feel. Let me see here. Any of your opinions on what you're feeling in the market? I'd be happy to take any questions on anything on this topic.
Kelvin?
Yeah.
Sylvia here. I just want to add a little bit here. I appreciate what you covered. And yes, that's exactly true. Everything you hit it right on the nose. So we all learned that selling is not selling. It's knowing the key to provide and knowing in advance what to provide, which is what you nailed down today. And that helped me so much with my, not a stubborn seller. She got caught in the funnel of the interest rate hike. And all our counters got caught in that difference in mortgage payments. So she does appreciate the market trends that are being sent to her, and she does appreciate the knowledge. And you're absolutely right. Everybody she knows under the sun, under the sky, has told her, well, what is your realtor doing? All the homes are selling, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we had an intimate discussion last night, and I asked her, do you regret anything that you've done so far with your property? She says, I've never regretted anything that's been done. My decisions in hiring you and Mark, I have never regretted anything. You've kept me informed, and it's just me. It's just an emotional thing, and I eventually will get there. So.
Good. Thanks for sharing that in your business. And you know, all I can say is, you know, if there is one regret, I wish me, Sylvia Ramos, I wish I pushed you or motivated you or to come hit the market prior to March or April. You know, I know you were in a position, but I really should have. I wish I could have gotten you in during the peak season prior to that, all the jumps, because my broker been reminding me for the past year. I've been telling you, right? This is artificial.
I definitely
want to do it now. Watch all my past recordings. It's on my YouTube channel. I keep on telling everyone, refinance now, cash out, liquidate, do all you can. Don't invest in the stocks market right now. And so those of you who have listened, I mean, I hope you appreciate it and you've done your part, and which is hopefully you are better off if you did follow that guidance.
And you know what, Kelvin, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I just want to add in for the sake of everyone listening here as well. We pushed and we pushed to the point where she thanked us for not bullying her. Yeah. She says, thank you for not bullying me, and thank you for being very honest with me, and thank you for being sensitive with me. It was all me. And I know that you warned me. We warned her since November of last year. Mm-hmm. And we stayed on her since November last year. But it was just one of those things where she went into a panic. My house is not ready. She's a seller that has a lot of homeowner pride and didn't have to put all this money into her home, but she lived in it for over 30 years and said, I want a new home buyer to benefit from all these. And we went over all that, but you know, it's not necessary, et cetera, went through all the A, B, C's through the Z, but it was just that situation where it just hit her.
She's like a perfectionist. She wants her home to go to a good home and they feel comfortable and love and also avoid liability. But at the same time, just in real estate and in terms of, you know, if you're always preparing and trying to be 100% ready to go, you're always motivated, procrastinating your success.
Correct.
Sometimes it's okay to struggle. Sometimes it's okay to learn while you go on the fly,
Right.
and that stuff helps you grow. But anyway, and I'd like to hear from Rick a little bit, if you don't mind, Rick. You know, you're a mortgage lender in the industry now, and how's do you have any tips or for us realtors, any guidance on what's going on the mortgage side of things? Is it going to climb even further? What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. I lost internet connection. The power actually went out.
Oh my God, no problem.
Yeah, so, you know, with the Fed increasing the rates, in a sense, it was good news for us, you know, on the mortgage side. So it's almost like it made everyone feel like, okay, the Fed is really taking this serious and they really want to do something about it. What I see on my end is that I still have people who are looking to buy. Now it takes more of a advisor type of role that I need to be, right? So where like, it's not just about let's get you the best rate and see how fast we can close. It's really more about let's create a game plan of what we're going to do 2 years from now, right? And we're confident that the rates are going to come back down once inflation is low. They'll refinance. But what I'm telling my clients is, look, just consider that for the next 2 years, your housing expense is going to be higher, right? So plan for that. And if it still makes sense for you to buy, on my end, we see that it makes a lot of sense to continue to buy. We don't see overall home prices going down or the value of prices of homes going down. What we see is that the appreciation of homes are going to drastically be reduced, right? That's what I see on my end. I actually was curious to see what you guys think about all of these price reductions, because I get a lot of calls from my clients and they're saying, is this it? Is this the housing crash that people talk about? And the way I explain it, it's more sellers are now more realistic of how much they should be selling the house for.
Yep.
But the price today is still more than what it would have been last year, right? So that was just my question that I had for you guys.
I do feel crash is a harsh word. And it depends if you're using it versus I still like to use the word the market's correcting itself. And because we haven't felt necessarily a 5 or 10% hit to home values nationwide, I feel our region in San Gabriel Valley is relatively people with higher equity in their homes and higher down. So they're going to be able to survive for them generally, for the most part, any type of bubble or crash that may happen in certain areas. So in the video we watched today, even Redfin and Compass are firing and terminating some of their employees. Okay. And that's obviously because they don't have enough buyer activity going out there. So you will see other companies as well start to kind of put a little drawing the line on the bottom line on cutting some employees. And so you might see, when you see an over surplus of listings, when you have too many sellers on the market at the same time, yes, you will see 5-10% dips in certain segments of areas, which, like we did in the last crash in 07, 08, we didn't see too many in the San Gabriel Valley. We saw a couple of short sales here and there, yeah, but it's not the same. And definitely this is a different situation because the borrowers that were qualified to purchase in the last 10 years or so have built equity and appreciation. So no, I don't think anyone's going to crash, and they've been well vetted. The lenders and mortgage banks and underwriters have done a really great job in making sure they're qualified to obtain that loan. So just a few people that purchased maybe in the last 2 years who felt they maybe paid $300,000 over asking, went crazy, and they couple that with the loss of a job or maybe a spouse lost their job, that could put a damper on the market if too many of them hit our area same time. So I don't see our area hitting a 10% decline. I do think 5% is definitely in the realm of yes in the next 6 months. And Rick, you kind of mentioned it. You're now having to kind of look at options and be more of a consultant role in the mortgage side. And so for those of you agents out there, don't forget 30-year conventional loan is not the only product out there. Okay, there's 5-year ARMs, there's 7-year ARMs. So like Rick said, in a few years, as inflation finally gets in check, the rates will become back to normal. They can survive a 5-7-year ARM product. That you can tell me what the rates are now, but I think a week ago people were getting a 5-year, 7-year ARM roughly around 4 to 4.5%. Okay, that's attractive. That's way better than 6.5%. They were probably planning to refinance in a couple of years anyways. Might as well get into that product and survive this wave, because if they have a desire to purchase today, or a hidden desire or hidden need, they want to get away from their parents, or maybe they have a secure job, whatever the case may be, we can provide them solutions, and that's what we're here for. So introduce them to that product, consider something else, and then you're probably going to get a much more attractive price right now, as more sellers are willing to play ball, negotiate, give you concessions, give you repairs, take under asking, which is unheard of just 4 or 5 months ago. So let's go ahead and move on. Any other topics or questions before we go? I hope that's a little bit helpful to all of us. And just last week's market updates, if you want to read the market minutes, this is just from CAR really quick. They updated that inflation is becoming increasingly entrenched. They did raise it 75 basis points like we predicted. This is the biggest increase since 1994. These are the headlines, guys. Mortgage rates surged 50 basis points week to week. This is one of the largest 1-week increases since 1987. So those are more headlines to share. If you want to write articles, or if you want to send out newsletters, these are great articles to use. CAR provides and publishes this for us as realtors to use. So take advantage of your membership. People, home builders, there's very few decline in new permits for applications to build. So builders are definitely taking precautions and maybe postponing their builds. And small businesses are showing some strains. So you might see some demand in retail, consumer demand slightly dip. I know a lot of the big retailers like CVS, Walgreens, Target, and many of these different retailers out there are experiencing a decline in shopping and consumer spending. So you're going to see that those things as we continue through and push through our recession that might drag out more than a year, longer than a year. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news all the time. So let's contrast this now to some good news. Let's talk about some of our closers and our listings. So I wanted to congratulate some of our Arcadia agents, such as, do you guys see Doreen Twan's new listing over here on 2962 Arbor Lane, Ontario? This is a 728,000 single family for sale. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Talk to her if you have someone looking for Ontario. And Anna Hui has a nice sunset view listing over here for lease. This is a big 2,760 square foot 5-bedroom house in Rancho Palos Verdes. So if you love to have these views every single night and you want to rent, only $8,000 per month. We have a few new listings from Arcadia. This is going to be 830 Singing Wood Drive, Arcadia. This is a huge 11,000 square foot mansion estate with over 1 acre in land, only 7.39 million. And talk to Henry if you have a really high-end client looking for luxurious privacy and really having their own 7-bedroom, 8-bath house. This is amazing. Margaret Lee and Amy are having a diamond bar listing right here. This condo is offered at $675,000. Very attractive, nice looking, and 1,106 square feet. So definitely in the affordability range for a lot of the borrowers in this area. So talk to Margaret and Amy if you got anyone looking for that. Doreen did also lease out this San Marino listing. This is a 4-bedroom, 2 2.25 bathroom, 2278 square feet, 5,500 per month. Anna leased out this Walnut single family. This one is a 1460 square feet living area, 4 bedrooms, rented out at 3,550 per month. Ryan Glow closed escrow on Belfair Way, Lake Elsinore. This is a nice, attractive home, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, single family, 505,000 only. That's not bad price for Lake Elsinore. And Henry closed on 21002 Bandana Drive, Diamond Bar. This 3 bedroom, 2 bath, single family sold, big lot, and this sold at 770,000. Have a couple of other ones to share with you. Today I didn't have a chance to finish all my slides, so I'm going to share it from the matrix. And we do have a couple of new listings here as well. So Doreen had this one on Arbor Lane already we talked about. We also have this beautiful mansion, 4.1 million in Arcadia. This is 356 Palm Drive in Arcadia. So if you take a look at this one, you definitely have a high-end home. It looks like marble floors, high ceilings everywhere. Look at these design and decor, long structural beams for an open floor plan, and fancy. I've seen this property on the market a little while ago. I think this one's sold by someone else. Anyway, this is Joseph Wong's listing. Congratulations to him. This is vacant, so you can go and schedule easily with Joseph as well. His client definitely took care and maintained this property. They're definitely very. If you talk to Joseph, he'll be very straightforward with you on what it's going to take. 1143 Toledo Street in Eagle Rock. So you got a almost 2,000 square foot single family, and this is a 1.3 million probate sale. And we have this listed with Sylvia. Anything you want to share about this one, Sylvia? If you're still here. Needs some TLC and this and that, but
I'm here, Kelvin.
Okay.
I'm here, Kelvin. Okay, great. It does need a lot of TLC. It is a probate, as you mentioned. I just had a inspection report done on it. I had a roof report done on it, as well as a termite report. There is significant damage to the property. However, the investors are just burning my phone. So please don't miss out on this one, guys. Let me know if you want to see it. It is on a super. I did install the keys last night. Great views. You can see the observatory, downtown LA, and a lot of neighbors are actually interested in purchasing it as well. So I'm here. Let me know if you're interested. I'd love to work with you.
Awesome. Well, I mean, definitely Eagle Rock has experienced a strong upwards trend over the last several years, and a big hipster trend moving towards the area. So you look like you're up in the hills. So congratulations on your new listing. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
We talked about this one already. We talked about Singing Wood already, but just to give you a feel for this gorgeous mansion, 7 bedrooms, 8 baths. And I'm really jealous of this. I really want a grand piano. So I'm going to talk to Henry and see what they're doing with that one.
What you wish for, Kelvin, you may just have it.
But definitely got a gorgeous home here. So if you want experience, and you're welcome to utilize some of these marketing. You talk to the listing agent, ask them, can I take some Instagram worthy marketing or promotions? Can I do this and this? You know, a lot of our agents are very helpful in letting you use their listings for promotion. Anis has 822 Merritt Drive, Pasadena, for sale. This is a $888,000 duplex. So talk to her if you have anyone looking for something, a duplex in Pasadena. So definitely has, I need to fix those photos with Anis. So I'll talk to her about it. This is a
Hey,
duplex.
Kelvin,
Yep.
while you fix the photos, I have a question for you. So what do you advise the agents in regards to getting permission from another listing agent and posting on social media? Do you advise them to have them sign off on something to give them permission?
It depends on what they're doing. Like if they're just walking through and saying, hey guys, I'm walking through Henry's beautiful listing over here in Singing Wood Drive, Arcadia. This is one of the most beautiful homes I've seen, and this is for sale. If you have anyone interested, come check me out. I don't think you need to do anything with that unless the Henry, because when you're going to ask for permission, is there anything that you don't want me to show, or is there any specifics in terms of the floor plan layout? Can you ask the seller for permission? And to me, if it's promotion, and typically if the seller gives as long as the seller doesn't give a resistance towards it, you should be okay. But there are some very if you have, for example, some sellers who have very floor plans that could be scoped out by a criminal or a burglar, and you're kind of showing them the ins and outs of where oh look, there's a safe here and this and this. If you're doing stuff like that, I would advise against it. So if they have valuables out in the open, I would advise against it. But typically homes like this are appointment only with accompanied by an agent. So normally there shouldn't be any vacant showings. And normally these sellers have insurance, they have surveillance and alarm systems. So it's yes and no. Okay.
Good point. Thank you.
Jean Chang has a listing right here. Came out just 2 weeks ago. 1632 Robindale Street, West Covina. This 3-bedroom, 2-bath is only $758,000 for a single family. So talk to her if you have anyone. Nice big green yard. You got definitely they're still living here, but you can go ahead and see. It's got a good property. Seems like it's in good shape. So talk to her if you have anyone interested. And in West Covina. And we're approaching 1752 Garner Ave in San Bernardino. This is a nice single family for $395,000. That's so affordable. So where can you get anything under a single family under 400,000? I honestly haven't seen something much. This is Danny Estremera. There's a Supra at the property. It probably needs a little bit of work, but he's definitely a good guy. He's got this brand new listing. Let's take a look at it. Looks in good shape too. Okay, definitely tenant grade, at least doesn't need too much work to get going. So this one should fly off the shelves soon. And just a reminder, I know Yoko has her listing in South Pasadena, and she's gonna another way, instead of reducing the price, another strategy you can do, guys, is to increase the buyer's agent commission. And I believe Yoko is gonna very soon announce a 3% broker compensation to any buyer's agent. So that's another attractive way to incentivize agents to get your property sold. Okay, so that's the new listings, and we had a couple of closings that I wanted to point out as well. So congratulations on Benwood Street, Covina. I think actually I talked about this one already. No, Danny Estremera just closed this one yesterday. So congratulations to Danny. 454 Benwood Street, Covina. He got this closed at $890,000 and represented the buyer. And this is a Lake Elsinore closing at $505,000. We saw this one with Ryan Go, and we had another one right here on California Avenue, Riverside. 1018 California Riverside. This is a single family with a 20,000 square foot lot. I really like the blue and upgrade. This is a nice, beautiful, big lot size. And congratulations to Sylvia. You got this one closed in the beginning of June. That's why you've been driving to Riverside so often, huh, Sylvia?
It is a beautiful one. I like to add that the buyer already put solar panels up and is already having an ADU built, and he's subdividing the parcel, and he's already going to be selling part of it to an ex-wife.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great and dandy. I'm happy for you and your clients on that closing. I do have I think a few more. We talked about Bandana. I think this one already went. A couple of people's listings did go under contract recently. So we have a few of these. So congratulations to Jennifer Huang getting her listing into contract. This is Los Angeles Street, Baldwin Park, getting active under contract. So this is Carmen Lee. Congratulations on this one going pending. And Wormwood Drive, Hacienda Heights. This went pending recently. So congrats to Sam Chow. We talked about this one a couple of weeks ago. And this is also Jennifer. She's dominating this community called Evergreen Manor #2. I sold a few there as well. Greenwood Ave in Montebello. This is Callista Husus. Congratulations to her. She has this one under contract. They're negotiating out repairs right now. And I think they're going to come to a deal, but I do know her price is over asking. So she did a great job. I didn't think Montebello in this region hit 850s, but she was able to get it up there, somewhere close to there. And in Baldwin Avenue, Arcadia, 2141 Baldwin Avenue, took a long time to sell, but finally this one did close for $2 million. 2005 property, busier street. So I can see why some people are discouraged, but Henry did a great job. He got it closed with a fellow colleague at Coldwell Banker. So those are our closings for the last couple of weeks. And I appreciate you all being here, sticking around. It's 11 o'clock. I don't want to take too much of your time. But you know, I hope you guys got to enjoy the long holiday. I want to share with you a little bit about, I hope you had a happy Father's Day, obviously, with you and your family and loved ones. And don't just say I love you just on Father's Day, Mother's Day. You know, remind yourself your family is extremely important, allowing you to be here and work, and make sure you appreciate all the small things, not just on Valentine's Day or Father's Day. So grow your personal relationship, because it is the people surrounding you that are going to help you succeed. Some people ask me, what the heck is Juneteenth? So just want to share with you, because it is a newer holiday that's nationally recognized. And I just want to share with you that it is a recognized holiday in which, if you do a little bit of history, it is kind of represents the official end of slavery in America. So June 19th, 1865 is when the last Confederate state, which was Texas, finally abolished slavery. 1865, Texas. So if you guys want to recognize what June 19th is, it's just a representation that finally America grew up and recognized that all people are created equal, and everyone should have the equal right to vote and be a citizen and to enjoy the American dream. So that's what Juneteenth represents. I hope I educated you a little bit about this history of that. You know, there's more to it, but Texas was the last state who was resisting the whole union adoption of freeing, all slavery. So that's that. You enjoy the rest of your June month. Get going, educate your clients. Hopefully use some of the pieces in here, or use some of the videos or articles, content, so that you can make yourself sound smarter and be a better consultant for your clients out there. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Do one thing every day that scares you. Thanks.
Thank you.